1984 was a year when music sounded beautiful and more emotional than ever. Ballads, radio anthems, and unexpected songs filled afternoons, cars, and memories. Today, we are going to relive 10 songs that exploded that year and still touch our hearts. Let's begin. Number 10. Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. There are songs that do not need to scream to break you inside. Time After Time comes in softly, almost like a memory in the middle of the night, and Cyndi Lauper's voice sounds fragile, close, as if she were still singing to someone she cannot let go of. The song appeared on She's So Unusual, the album that turned Cyndi Lauper into a unique figure of the 80s. But this ballad came almost at the end, when producer Rick Chertoff felt the album was missing a more intimate song, one that would touch the heart directly.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
The impact was enormous. In 1984, Time After Time reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and also topped Adult Contemporary. It also conquered Canada, reached number 3 in the United Kingdom and New Zealand, and number 6 in Germany and Australia. But its true strength was in what it left behind. Decades later, it received a certification for 5 million units in the United States and was covered by artists from different musical worlds. Today, it still sounds like an eternal promise. If you get lost, if you fall, someone will still be there. Number 9. Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. There are songs that sound as if the future had accidentally walked into a rock band. Owner of a Lonely Heart begins with sharp hits, a cutting guitar, and John Anderson's voice, turning loneliness into something cold, elegant, and almost defiant. The song appeared on the album 90125, the record that reinvented Yes for a new generation. But the most curious thing is that Trevor Horn, former Yes vocalist, and former member of the Buggles, returned now as producer to push the sound toward the future. The impact was enormous. In January of 1984, Owner of a Lonely Heart reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and also topped mainstream rock. It also crossed the border with force and reached number 2 in Canada. But its significance was bigger than the charts. With its digital cuts, samples, and almost futuristic production, Yes stopped seeming like a band trapped in the 70s and suddenly entered the MTV era. Today, it still sounds strange, elegant, and impossible to confuse. Number 8. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham.
Wake me up before you go go.
There are songs that sound like a sunrise on the beach, like youth, freedom, and days that seem to have no end. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go comes in with hand claps, brightness, and George Michael's voice, turning joy into something so catchy that it feels made to stay in your memory. The song was part of Make It Big, the album that took Wham from a British phenomenon to a worldwide sensation. Its origin came from a note by Andrew Ridgeley, who accidentally wrote a repeated phrase, and George Michael turned that detail into a chorus, impossible to get out of your head.
Wake me up before you go go.
The impact was enormous. In 1984, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go reached number 1 in the United Kingdom and also conquered the Billboard Hot 100, where it stayed at the top for 3 weeks. It also reached number 1 in Australia, confirming that Wham was already an international phenomenon. But its significance was in the complete image. The Choose Life t-shirts, the bright colors, and that video full of smiles made the song feel like a perfect capsule of the 80s. Today, it still sounds like pure youth, light, happy, and impossible to ignore.
Before you go go, I don't wanna miss it when you hear that.
Number 7. Here Comes the Rain Again by Eurythmics. The rain here does not sound like weather. It sounds like an emotion coming back. Here Comes the Rain Again enters cold, elegant, and mysterious, with synthesizers that wrap around the song and an Annie Lennox voice that seems to sing from a place where desire, distance, and melancholy still remain. The song was part of Touch, the album where Eurythmics made it clear they were not just an electronic pop duo. Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart imagined it from a simple but powerful scene: a gray sky over New York, a hotel room, and that silent sadness that arrives without warning.
Here comes the rain again.
And people connected with that atmosphere. Here Comes the Rain Again reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, reached number 8 in the United Kingdom, and climbed to number 7 in Canada. It was not an easy song, nor a completely happy one, but radio turned it into a blow of melancholy impossible to ignore. The video finished sealing its magic. Annie Lennox walking through the cold landscapes of Scotland made the song feel like a sad 80s movie. Every time it plays, it is like looking through a wet window and remembering someone. Number 6. What's Love Got to Do with It? By Tina Turner. Tina Turner sings this song like someone looking at the past and deciding not to go back there. What's Love Got to Do with It does not sound like a defeated ballad, but like a woman taking distance from pain, with a raspy, elegant voice full of experience. The song appeared on Private Dancer, the album that completely changed her story. The curious thing is that Tina Turner was not convinced at first, but Terry Britten adapted the song to her personality. Less innocence, more character, more truth.
I've been taking on a new direction.
On the charts, it was a massive hit. It reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remained at the top for 3 weeks. It also conquered Canada and Australia, reached number 3 in the United Kingdom, and ended as the second strongest single of the year in the United States.
Love's got to do with it.
Decades later, its legacy continues to grow because it does not speak about a perfect love, but about learning to protect yourself after pain. What's Love Got to Do with It remains a song of adult strength, elegant, firm, and deeply human.
Ooh, it's so hot when a heart can be broken.
Number 5. I Just Called to Say I Love You by Stevie Wonder.
No New Year's Day. I just called.
This song does not come in like a great drama. It comes in like that call anyone wanted to make at some point. I Just Called to Say I Love You has a direct, almost innocent tenderness, but when Stevie Wonder sings it, a simple phrase becomes enormous.
And I mean it from the bottom.
The song appeared on the soundtrack of The Woman in Red, a film many people remember less than the song that accompanied it. Stevie Wonder wrote it, produced it, and performed it with that luminous touch that could turn a declaration of love into a worldwide phenomenon.
I just called to say.
On the charts, it swept everything in a big way. It reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, dominated adult contemporary, and in the United Kingdom, it stayed at the top for 6 weeks. It was also number 1 in 28 countries, becoming one of Motown's biggest international hits.
I just called to say.
Today, it still works, because it does not try to sound complicated or profound. It is a song to dedicate without hesitation, one of those that says what many people feel, but do not always dare to let out. I Just Called to Say I Love You.
The bottom of my heart.
Number 4. Against All Odds by Phil Collins.
So take a look at me now.
Against All Odds does not sound like a simple movie ballad. It sounds like a confession when there is no pride left. From the opening piano, Phil Collins's voice comes in broken, close, as if every word came from a wound that does not heal.
You coming back to me is against me.
The song was born under the title, How Can You Just Sit There?, during a stage marked by his divorce. While he was still touring with Genesis, Phil Collins watched a cut of Against All Odds in a hotel and understood that that sadness could become a soundtrack.
You're the only one
The public responded as if they had also lived that scene. It reached the top of the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks and became his first solo #1 in the United States. In the United Kingdom, it reached #2, and it won the Grammy for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. Over time, it remained as one of his most vulnerable songs. It does not speak about perfect love, but about that last hope left when someone has already gone. That is why it still leaves a mark, because it hurts without exaggerating. Number 3, Hello by Lionel Richie.
What have you been doing, Hello.
The song does not come in like a grand declaration of love. It comes in like a question left floating in the air. Hello has that elegant fragility of someone who wants to get closer, but does not know if there is still time. And Lionel Richie sings it with a soft, warm voice, almost like a confession spoken quietly. The song was part of Can't Slow Down, the album that fully turned Lionel Richie into a worldwide star. But what made the song unforgettable was its music video. Lionel Richie as a teacher in love with a blind student, and that sculpture that turned the story into an image impossible to forget.
'Cause you know just what to say.
On the charts, Hello was a resounding success. It reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 2 weeks, dominated adult contemporary for 6, and also reached the top in the United Kingdom for 6 weeks. It was a slow ballad, but it moved like a massive phenomenon.
Sometimes I feel my heart will overflow.
Over time, it remained one of the most recognizable romantic songs of the 80s. It does not need excessive drama. One word is enough, one imagined look, and that feeling of searching for someone who may never answer.
Me you're looking for.
Number 2, Karma Chameleon by Culture Club. Few songs hide so much doubt behind such a bright smile. Karma Chameleon seems like a party of colors, but deep down it speaks about someone who changes in order to be accepted. Boy George sings it with joy, but also with the wound of someone searching for love without losing himself.
I'm a man who doesn't know.
The story did not begin as a sure triumph. Inside Culture Club, some felt it was too light and could take seriousness away from the band. However, Boy George defended it, because behind that catchy chorus, there was a confession deeper than it seemed.
Chameleon.
On the charts, it was an avalanche. It spent 6 weeks at the top in the United Kingdom and became the best-selling single of the year in that country. Then it reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks and topped the charts in 30 countries.
I'm a man without conviction.
Over time, it stopped being just a happy song and became an absolute classic of the 80s. Its strength is in that contrast. You can dance to it as if nothing hurts, but inside, it speaks about identity, contradiction, and the fear of not being enough.
Loving will be easy because we like my dream.
Number 1, Purple Rain by Prince. When we talk about songs that seem bigger than their own era, Purple Rain by Prince and the Revolution is a must. Released as part of the album and film Purple Rain, this song brought together the sensitivity of a ballad, the force of rock, and an emotional weight that crossed generations. The Foundation was recorded live at First Avenue, a club in Minneapolis that was already part of Prince's creative universe. That night, the band did not just record a powerful performance, they captured an almost sacred atmosphere, the kind that cannot be manufactured twice in a studio. Although the single did not reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, it reached the #2 position and became one of the most important songs of his career. The album Purple Rain spent 24 weeks at the top of the Billboard 200, sold millions of copies, and the film won the Oscar for Best Original Song Score. The song speaks of love, loss, and reconciliation, with an intensity that keeps growing without stopping. Prince sings as if he were asking for forgiveness and saying goodbye at the same time. while the final guitar releases everything the voice can no longer say. That is why Purple Rain is not just a ballad. It is one of the great emotional anthems of the 80s. Tell us in the comments, which song from 1984 touched your heart the most? If you knew them all, you are a true fan of the 80s. Here are 2 more videos to keep traveling through the music that marked generations. See you there, my fellow rock friend.